The Surrey Zoological Garden opened in 1831, at a time when London was obsessed with grand public spectacles. Unlike the more scientifically focused London Zoo, Surrey was designed for pure entertainment. Set on 15 acres of lush gardens, the zoo boasted lakes, walkways, and enormous enclosures filled with exotic animals, lions, tigers, elephants, and even polar bears. But this wasn't just about seeing animals. Owners knew that to keep people coming back, they needed something big, something spectacular. And that's when they had an idea. Why not to recreate a volcanic eruption right in the middle of London? And so they did. One of the most famous attractions at the Surrey Zoological Garden was its artificial Mount Vesuvius, using massive painted panoramas, fireworks, smoke machines, and fire effects. The park staged dramatic reenactments of the legendary eruption that destroyed Pompeii. Every evening, crowds gathered as flames shot into the sky. Lava poured down the slopes and explosions echoed across the gardens. It was the closest thing to a disaster movie that Victorians could get, and people loved it. Some even fainted from the intensity of the show, while others left convinced they had just witnessed a real volcanic eruption. But if you think that's the wildest thing that happened there, then not quite. Because in 1838, the park introduced an even crazier stunt. A massive hot air balloon that raised high above the gardens, carrying a small passenger, a monkey named Jacopo, and then before the crowd's astonished eyes, Jacopo was released, parachuting down to earth like a tiny furry daredevil. And this wasn't a one-time event. The Victorian-era obsession with hot air balloons led to many stunts at the zoo, from parachuting animals to full-scale balloon rides. And on a side, they also organized full-scale naval battles, complete with cannons and actors playing sailors. And arranged massive fireworks, and almost burned the park down with it. In short, if you wanted to see something absolutely crazy, then Surrey Zoological Gardens was the place to be. But while the Zoological Gardens thrived for decades, its days were numbered. It all came down to one thing: competition. By the mid-1850s, the gardens faced stiff competition from newer, grander attractions. The Crystal Palace, with its enormous exhibitions, stole much of its audience. Meanwhile, the London Zoo, with its focus on scientific study rather than spectacle, became the more prestigious place to visit. In 1877, the Surrey Zoological Gardens closed its doors for good. Its animals were sold off, its land redeveloped, and its legacy faded into history. But for a time, it was the wildest place in London, where volcanoes erupted, monkeys parachuted, and Victorians got their first taste of modern entertainment.